by the bed?
Yes, sir.
Are they, and you see that furniture they bought from Jordan Marsh? What the hell do they let the reporters in there for? Are they crazy up there? Now you know what's going to do. Any congressman's going to get up and say, Christ, if they can throw $5,000 away on this, let's cut them another $1 billion. You just sank the Air Force budget. You're crazy up there. Are they crazy? That silly bastard with his picture next to the bed?
Sir, I'm appalled, but...
Well, I'm appalled, too. Now, the thing is, the thing of the matter is, I'm going to get that furniture. I've just told Sylvester, and you can talk to him. I want to find out if we pay for that furniture, because I want it to go back to Jordan Marsh's.
All right, sir.
Then I want that fella's incompetent who had his picture taken next to Mrs. Kennedy's bed, if that's what it is. I mean, he's a silly bastard. I wouldn't have him running a cat house. And that Colonel Carlson, who let in Larry Newman and those reporters, is he crazy, too? Christ, they're not all incompetent. Is that the way they're throwing money around over there? You better look into it, and especially when you told me that they hadn't spent a cent.
Well, sir, this is obviously...
Well, this is obviously a fuck-up.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Right.
In Dallas, Texas, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown Dallas. The first reports say that President Kennedy has been seriously wounded by this shooting.
Then it was back to the soap opera, but not for long. Soon after, Walter Cronkite was back, reporting from the CBS newsroom, complete with rotary telephones and wire machines.
This picture has just been transmitted by wire. It is a picture taken just a moment or two before the incident. If you can zoom in with that camera, we can get a closer look at this picture.
And almost exactly 1 hour after his initial bulletin, this now famous announcement.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, some 38 minutes ago. Vice President Lyndon Johnson has left the hospital in Dallas, but we do not know to where he has proceeded. Presumably, he will be taking the oath of office shortly and become the 36th President of the United States.
I was in school and I had told him, you can't be out of school, but I'll take a picture for you, never dreaming that that picture would be part of history.
Moorman, shown here in a still frame of the home movie famously shot by Abraham Zapruder, took just one photograph of the president that day. A grainy Polaroid snapped right as the presidential limousine was passing by.
As the car got closer to us, I stepped closer to the curb here, and Gene was yelling, "Mr. President, look this way." And when I put the camera up to my face, I wanted to make sure it was as close as I could get to him. And I snapped the picture, looking through the viewfinder, of course.
When the photo was developed, it became clear Moorman had pressed the shutter just as the 46-year-old president was hit and fatally wounded by a rifle's bullet. It's the only known photograph of the moment the president was struck that also captures the grassy knoll, an image studied endlessly over the years to determine if another shooter was there.
When the motorcade started to pass, she realized that she hadn't taken the one photograph that she promised her son.
Alan Governor is the writer and filmmaker behind The Silent Witness Speaks, which documents Moorman's story.
And when I asked her, what did you see when you looked through the viewfinder, she said she thought there was a gust of wind because his hair lifted up. She had no idea that what she was photographing was the assassination of the President of the United States.
Jackie hollered, "My God, he's been shot." We heard that so plain. And then just seconds later, he had slumped over on Jackie, and she started to climb out of the car. Well, by that time...
This interview with Moorman was filmed earlier this year at Dealey Plaza, where the 81-year-old originally took the iconic picture. The film is now being displayed at an exhibit at the International Center of Photography in New York City. It's called JFK, a bystander's view of history.
To me, photography was a way to manage that grief and that trauma a way to try to get a handle on what really happened.
Brian Wallace, chief curator, poured over thousands of photographs for the exhibit.
One of the things that immediately struck me about these photographs was that sort of up close and personal intimacy of these snapshots. I was surprised to find that people were allowed tremendous access to the president. In fact, the motorcade through Dallas in November 1963 was just for that purpose, so large crowds could get close to the president. The most extraordinary by far is the Polaroid taken by Marianne Moorman at the exact instant that the president was struck by the first bullet.
And it all happened in such just seconds, moments, really. And it was over with.
These things and whether they produce annoyment or enjoyment.
Annoyment. No, they produce. Yes, I have read them and listened to them. Actually, I listened to Mr. Meader's record, but I thought it sounded more like Teddy than it did me. But
Mr. President, the Democratic platform in which you ran for election promises to work for equal rights for women, including equal pay, to wipe out job opportunity discriminations. Now, you have made efforts on behalf of others. What have you done for the women according to the promises of the platform?
well, I'm sure we haven't done enough, and I must say I am a strong believer in equal pay for equal work, and I think that we ought to do better than we're doing, and I'm glad that you reminded me of it.
Feeling in some quarters, sir, that big business is using the stock market slump as a means of forcing you to come to terms with business. One reputable columnist, after talking to businessmen, obviously, reported this week their attitude is, now we have you where they want you. Have you seen any reflection of this attitude?
I can't believe I'm where big business wants me. Ms. Craig.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, visitors who go out to visit Lincoln Park on East Capitol Street are dismayed to find it a slum. Congress has authorized, and the National Council of Negro Women will erect there a memorial stadium and a statue of the great woman educator, Mary Bethune. Now the transit company proposes to put an 8-lane freeway between the park and the Capitol, cutting it off. Could you inquire into that and see if the freeway could be put further out beyond the park?
Yes, I will.
President. Now
I guess this chimpanzee who was flying in space took off at 10:08. He reports that everything is perfect and working well.
Mr. President, you have said, and I think more than once, that heads of government should not go to the summit to negotiate agreements, but only to approve agreements negotiated at a lower level. Now it's being said and written that you're going to eat those words and go to a summit without any agreement at a lower level. Has your position changed, sir?
Well, I'm going to have a dinner for all the people who've written it, and we'll see who eats what.
Has done more. Mr. President, the late Marilyn Monroe.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. Thanks, Mr. President, for all the things you've done, the battles that you've won, the way you deal with U.S. Steel and our problems by the ton. We thank you so much. Everybody, happy birthday!
Thank you. I can now retire from politics after having had Happy Birthday sung to me in such a sweet, wholesome way.